Communications, the Minister of Trade and Industry, Boache Boating Prince, that's Prince Boache Boating, is on the line. Good morning to you, Prince Boache Boating.
Good morning, Roland.
Yes, please.
To you and your listeners and your analysts as well.
Thank you very much. What is the Ministry of Trade doing, or how so far have you met GUTA halfway or fully? Within the remit of the agitations they undertake, closing down shops and grinding to a halt retail business in the country?
Thank you very much, Roland. The Ministry of Trade and Industry has so far met with GUTA on several occasions, and I'm putting it out in public. The president of GUTA and all his national executives were there. This time round, they did not come alone. They are saying that sometimes when they come for meetings, people think we come to grease them and they go and they don't get any proper feedback. So they came with all their sector association heads and even some of their over 48 sector association members. And we met them together. It was not just my minister. If you recall, the issues that are currently at stake has to do with custom valuations and the depreciation of the cedi, and things that basically, if we all agree, do not fall directly within the purview of the Ministry of Trade and Industry. But because GUTA is involved and because traders are affected, as a proactive minister and as a proactive ministry, we decided to meet with them. We did not meet them alone. At the meeting, the Deputy Minister of Finance, Honorable Abena Osesai, was there. At one of the meetings, Honorable Mr. Amishadai, the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, and some officials were all there. And together, we all agreed that, yes, there is a problem. Your panelists in the studio, some come from the MPP, some from the NDC, some from Nanaya Dantua from the CPP. They can do their politics. But for us, the reality is that we acknowledge that there's a problem. We should not be pressing the political buttons at this time to disturb everybody in this country. We should be looking at finding solutions to what is at stake.
What's the solution, Mr. Prince Boache Boating? What solution did you prefer to GUTA for which they disagree with you and are still locking their shops?
The suggestions we professed to them were those I was coming to. We came to some compromises. We came to some agreements on the issue of the cedi. We all agreed with them that the Bank of Ghana, and for that matter, the Ministry of Finance, were going to look at the interest rate and what to do about the exchange rate, at least for the next 3 months. This is not something that we impose on them. I would want to put out the full facts, because this is something that we all agreed not to be coming public with it. But because they have gone on demonstrations and they've locked their shops and they are granting interviews and making it look as if the Ministry of Trade has done nothing, that is why I decided to get in touch with your producers to interview.
Mr. Prince Boache Boating.
Beyond that.
Mr. Prince Boache Boating.
Beyond that, Roland.
Mr. Prince Boache, please listen to me. Yes, listen to me. Yes.
Roland.
Great. Or you want to communicate your content before I ask the next question? So that
Exactly. I thought you were going to give me that opportunity because you've had a lengthy discussion.
Okay. Please, because you are not a panelist, so we just need clarification from you, because
Thank you.
The Ghana Union of Traders Association has nowhere refuted any question that we pose as media, whether they have met government representatives or its assigns.
One of your panelists, to be specific, Honorable Giselle, was alluding to the fact that she does not even know what the Ministry of Trade and Industry has done about it. I was monitoring the show and I heard it myself. It is for that reason that I thought I should intervene and let them and all Ghanaians know that we have taken proactive steps. We have met with them. One of the issues they had to do with Ghana Revenue Authority officials coming into their shops and be taking inventory of their sales and all that. We went to the extent of showing them the VAT proceeds that they had declared, their declarations. And when the officials were there, the amount of monies that were also realized over there. But in spite of all that, we agreed that for now, if they think that probably is a problem because we do not have enough consultations with them before the officials came there, we were going to suspend that exercise and have more engagement with them before we will decide whether we will reintroduce that measure or not.
Okay.
So,
can I ask a question now?
All I want to say is that it is not as if we've done nothing.
Okay.
My problem is that, and like my deputy minister said yesterday, we are very disappointed because we thought we had come very far in these discussions.
All right. So far, the Ghana Union of Traders Association has not denied not meeting government representatives or its assigns. They say those discussions, they do not think, based on their experiences being main importers, wholesalers, retailers within the trading space, are far-reaching enough. Do you agree with that? And it's for that reason why they haven't opened their shops. So clearly, GUTA is not satisfied with all those, what you call proactive measures that you propose to them. So what are you going to do about it?
Roland, it is all about continuous engagement.
Whilst the shops are locked.
Government, it's all about continuous engagement. At least government has shown the commitment. Government has shown that the doors of government is open, especially through the Ministry of Trade. This is a group that we've not left out in whatever we do. There have been continuous engagements with them, and none of them, including their president, will deny this fact. So our doors are still open.
All right.
We have put forth some measures to them. If they think that that is not sufficient enough, they should come back for us to sit down, because closing their shops, government is losing, but they should remember they are also losing.
Prince Boateng is the head of communications at the Ministry of Trade. Now we're being joined by Mr. Paddy, and Pastor Paddy is also one of the leading leaders of GUTA. Good morning to you, Mr. Paddy.
Good morning. Let me say good morning to your viewers and your listeners. Let me say good morning to your panelists over there.
Okay.
They're looking beautiful this morning.
Great. I'm happy that you're monitoring us. The Trade Ministry says they've met all your concerns, the criteria you set up, and so why haven't you opened your shops?
Thank you very much. I think government is acting in bad faith. You know, when we're complaining that cost of doing business in the country is extremely high, you know, at the time we met them, it's true we met them, we met authority, but for the time we met them, on that Friday, exchange rate at the port was 9.6. The following Tuesday, when we were saying it was going up, and when they promised that they're going to do something about it, before we went to the port the Tuesday, it has moved to 10.7. 10.7 to calculate the duty for it. So look at the difference from 9.6 to 10.7. And you know, when we complain that cost of doing business is going up higher, that's why we see the Bank of Ghana increasing policy rate. Now policy rate stands amount of 24. Now you go to the commercial bank to borrow, you are borrowing at the rate of 39 to 40%. Which business can survive under this dispensation? So it looks like government has acted in bad faith. You know, so we don't trust whatever government says now, and that's the difficulty, the challenge we have. You know, so not that we are not ready to listen to government, and the extent we are embarking on, we are not trying to head back government. It's not to punish government, but it looks like we are losing our capital and our business.
Yeah.
Just at the beginning of this year, we are trading with $100,000. Now that $100,000 has turned to about $45,000. Yes. And it's a worrying situation.
Mr. Paddy, let me not catch you. Do I draw the conclusion that you have lost faith in government's ability to make the economy bounce back?
Yes, because the real people who are supposed to meet us are not the people we are seeing. We go for meetings, and then it's only the technocrats. The technocrats says they are implementers. They are not politicians. Mr.
Paddy, you are saying that the leaders of the ministries appointed by the president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo are not those meeting you?
Okay, exactly so. Because
so who are meeting you?
We go for a meeting, and now that they say we are implementers, we go to see the policy makers. So what we don't really get the answer to. We met the Council of State, and they came. We spoke about these foreigners in the retail sector, and we even told them that GUTA is ready to meet them halfway. We're going to make them an amount available to embark on this exercise. The ministry said they don't have money. They don't have money. So it's like GUTA have really lost. Wherever we want to meet them halfway, we don't get that appreciation from the other side of the negotiation. So that is how come we've got to this.
All right, we've gotten your point. Mr. Joseph Paddy, please, let's come back to the studio.
You see, Roland,
Gabriela.
I want to thank the PRO for Trade Ministry. My name is Gabriela. I'm not Gisela. Now, you see, he deliberately singled me out because what I said that they've not done anything. And that really is the truth. They have done nothing. The city is subject to market forces. It is demand and supply driven. We are not in a controlled regime. That's why I said if you do not have the dollars to supply the market, the city will continue to depreciate. It is sitting at the footstep of Finance Minister and Baumia, and they have proven their incompetence in managing this economy. Simple and short. Let me tell you how these traders operate. I explained to Bella the last. Let me repeat it here. They take foreign currency to buy goods, to stock. Some of them petty traders, they are doing like 1 container, 2 containers, 3 containers. They bring the goods in. Every time that there's inflation, every time that depreciation of the currency, they have to adjust their prices so that they don't lose their working capital. If they lose their working capital, they have to go to the banks to meet up that shortfall. The banks are giving it to them at 40% if they go to microfinance. How do you operate a business like that? Are you in business to make a profit, or you're in business to just go and do NGO services for the people of Ghana? Do you understand? So that PRO, please, next time don't come and respond to me. Sit where you are.
Communications.
Whatever he is. This thing is sitting at the foot of Vice President Baumia as chairman of the economic management team. Vice President Emisata was right about him. Next time, ask better questions. You are empty, Papa.
Well,
I'm sorry.
It's where we have to...
Roland,
yeah.
So you allow those words to be used on the Vice President and you let
Your mama was called incompetent.
Your
mama was
so
called
you
incompetent.
endorse such language on your
platform? I don't know how you do you want me? It's not coming from me, it's coming from here.
Okay, on your platform.
We're taking a break. We'll be right back.
Gentlemen, you will recall that I stated in 2014 that if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. That was true then, and it is true now. It is 100% correct. So if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. But it is warped logic to jump from that to a conclusion that if there is depreciation in your currency, then the fundamentals must be weak. Do you understand the logic? It is very warped logic. If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. But if the exchange rate moves, you cannot jump to that conclusion that the fundamentals are weak. But if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. The type.
Yeah. So there's a further explanation on the Vice President's lecture. But we all do know where the state is. We have to wrap up this conversation. Loretta.
Yes, Roland.
You heard what the Trade Ministry Head of Communications said.
Yes.
And then that was greatly refuted by GUTA. So GUTA is not convinced government has the solution.
So that fundamentally comes to dialogue.
Again.
That's what I said.
Your dialogue.
No. They need to speak to each other because Trade Ministry is doing what it's supposed to do. Mm-hmm. GUTA
says that you send emissaries, you send chief directors and those things. So they say, okay, those who sit in cabinet, we're going to see them that this is your response.
So you believe the GUTA comms person, you don't believe the PR of Trade Ministry.
Are you saying GUTA is lying?
They met.
Are you saying GUTA is lying?
So it comes fundamentally to how you decode what I say. I can't take responsibility for that. But what the Trade PRO said and the GUTA, everybody wants the best thing for the economy and the country as a whole. I don't think anybody endorses the closure of the shops. Nobody endorses. I don't think they themselves are happy about closing the shops. It's dialogue. They need to talk to each other. Interventions are being put in place. I mean, we also need to really look at how we as a people too. Now, the least thing, someone wants to take the dollars, hoard it and trade with it and all that. the BOG has started going after those trading it in the black market. I think that should be enhanced so that there will be a certain level of control and how if it's going through the banks, then we all have access to it. But if a few people are holding it and holding all of us to ransom, we'll face some of these problems. But the fundamental thing is they need to go to the table, have this conversation so we can come back to it. Nobody wins if we are at extreme ends.
At loggerheads with each other. GUTA, you heard what they said. Because this was right after the Ministry of Trades person came to speak. They said they send boy people who can bite.
Roland, the main issue with GUTA is the strength of the cedi, isn't it? Does it lie within the domain of Ministry of Trade? It lies within the domain of the Ministry of Finance and Bank of Ghana and head of the economic management team. That is His Excellency Bawumia. So why go to the Ministry of Trade? Besides, are you telling me that dialogue will appreciate the strength of the cedi? You have to put in place mechanisms that will appreciate. What they need is an appreciation of the cedi. That the cedi will stop the free fall so that they can be able to do their business. He said that $100,000 in January is now $45,000 in October. And that is the crux of the matter. So you cannot do this window dressing of going to meet people in the Ministry of Trade. GRA, what were they doing in Ministry of Trade? GRA does not fall under Ministry of Trade. This is a finance issue. It's not a shortage of goods or a shortage of, something that there's some rules and regulations about trade. It is about our currency, which is a financial matter. And the person who is supposed to deal with it, where is he? It should be with the Ministry of Finance. His Excellency Bawumia is in Ghana. They should have gone to the Flagstaff House or Jubilee House to meet him. Because he knows what it is. He said that if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose it.
The Vice President in town. You don't know. As at this moment, you're not sure.
He's not in town. He shouldn't go anywhere at this time because we are suffering. Things are bad, really, really bad. You see, for GUTA to close their shops, to show their resistance to what is happening, it means a serious matter. My dear, this is not about meeting and dialogue. We need some action. It is affecting all of us, everybody. And the government should sit up and stop being abysmal.
Gabriela. Just a minute. Cool down.
Oh, cool down.
No, we can forgive her. She's in 2012. And you know how what
in
makes
2012,
someone
Madam,
a communications officer in
2012, President Akufo-Addo told we in the NDC that Kufuor left us 1:1, and we brought the dollar to 1:2. We should apologize to the people of Ghana. 10 years later, under his watch, it is 1:13.54. Is he going to apologize to the people of Ghana? Is he going to apologize to the people of Ghana? Our cedi, Sesian, in his own words, cedi na ye hata ahwandi in his words. The solution, we told Akufo-Addo 2 months ago, call for an economic forum.
Dialogue.
Bring all these players together. We have to strengthen the private sector AGI to build our domestic supply, whatever it is that we need. During COVID, we managed to get people to do liquid soap, nose masks, all these things. It saved us some money. Sanitizers. Let's have that kind of engagement again.
So the solution is there.
Get Ghanaians, but you need leadership. And when your government doesn't have vision, this is what happens. I'm offering them free advice. You should go for economic forum.
That's what tells you
Madam, please keep quiet. Look.
You are running down one billion. You are talking about bringing in the private sector.
But what told you that's not the private sector.
Let's watch former president.
If you don't know, my friend said that.
And that will come in. No fight. Let's watch this.
You are running down 1D1F. When just
1D1F is
Samuel Soho, Abraham to mebeye mampenyi Kufuor abredo. Menti bida de obise wako $1 ordinary to prison wa lock dollar wontum chiro sidi na wada obuan kakra na odi echi na ono so otimidim rika edi dollar nechi na afi yehwe ya dollar norkoi won say hey dollar efihin also one man bill afi de yekobisa ya sidi mom no locken and wa bill dollar ma dollar ko
That's what we have to end the conversation. Gabriela Tete is vying for the communication officer position of the central region. And, well, this solutions are not being preferred by the NDC. That's what's being said.
They just talk about everything that won't work. No alternative. Yet you are calling for
she just offered a solution.
What solution?
The national dialogue. The national dialogue. Tell her the solution. The national dialogue.
Under my government, I spent 4 years sitting with the economic management team of the Republic of Ghana. I was not sitting at postal services.
You look at
I can't even go and register
in total darkness.
That is her job.
Let's not go there. Gabriela Tete is vying for the communication officer position of the NDC in the next
NDC. We know how
round of elections that will be happening in the middle of November. And then also the General Secretary of the CPP is here, Nanaya Achempem Jantwa. Also a well-grilled media communications, so if not marketing communications practitioner, media expert in her own right, and also a businesswoman as well. Thank you for joining us this morning. And Loratu Musa Saka is representing government's communication team. She always wants me to refer to her as representing the MPP's communication team. And thank you for doing.
Yeah.
Oh.
What mischief? He's introducing
we go right back.
Your work is difficult. But
between 1993 and 1996, first term of the Fourth Republic, the average rate of depreciation of the city was 27.95%. 97 to 2000, 25.19%. 2001 to 2004, we drastically reduced it under President Kufuor to 11.4%, and 2005 to 2008, the second term, to 6.7%. 2009 to 2012, 10.9%. Under the NDC government of 2013 to 2016, it was 18%. Under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, it is, for the first 3 years, 8.7%. So, you see from this table that the city exchange rate under the MPP from 2017 to 2019 is twice as stable as it was under the NDC from 2013 to 2016. It has depreciated by 50% less, right? We are twice as stable under the MPP. And you should know that under the NDC, our currency was basically depreciating at the speed of Usain Bolt. Now, under the MPP, we have arrested the rapid depreciation of the city, and we will make no apologies for that. We have arrested the rapid depreciation of the city. But why does the NDC, in the face of such incontrovertible evidence, why do they keep insisting that they can do a better job of managing the city?